I'm Mark, welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. This afternoon I'm going to take you for a walk around our 2010 Toyota Kluger KXR wagon. Start off at the front of the car. Notice it is fitted with the genuine bonnet protector. Just finished in a pure white. A couple of minor little marks just to be touched up on our bonnet, and a couple of very minor ones just on the edge of the right hand front guard there. As we scan around to the driver's side of the car now, notice is fitted with factory alloy wheels. Very good tyres on the car. They're probably 85% tread, 17-inch alloy wheels and unmarked. As we come down the side of the car, all of this side of the car presents very well. Really minor little scratch on the outer door handle, colour coded mind you. Do have the weather shields on the front doors, and you'll notice also that it is very dark tinting on the rear windows as well. Similar condition, the right hand rear alloy, also not a mark on it. So overall the presentation of the car so far, really good order. And the same can be said as we come around to the rear of the car. Quite a few features here. You see all the chrome badging. It is an all-wheel drive, which we'll talk about a little bit further later. Does have colour-coded reverse sensors. Also is fitted with the tow pack, 2-ton towing in the Kluger, so it's certainly going to do what you want it to do. And we also have the high mount stop light in the tailgate spoiler as well. As we come around to the passenger side of the car now, the presentation once again, really well presented, this car. Left hand rear alloy and even the front alloy wheel, pretty much unmarked. A minor little scuff on the front one, but overall in really good order. The Juco on this side of the car is spot on. If I want to be really pedantic, a very minor little scratch on the outer mirror there, which I think just to look at will probably polish out anyway. So the overall presentation is really good. Now back around to the front of the car, and we'll have a bit of a chat about the motor and the performance of the car. I probably should have checked where the release is before we actually turned the camera back on, shouldn't I? Which is a bit silly of me, but we will locate it in a moment. We'll just go to the dumb section, just on the right hand side there, just to push up to get it out of our way. Powered by a 3.5 litre V6, this car is going to give you a fair amount of performance. 201 kilowatts of power, 337 newton meters of torque. But it will deliver you 11 litres per 100 k's. So based on a 72 litre fuel tank, you're going to get in excess of 655 k's to a tank of fuel. So it's going to give you the power, but it's going to give you fairly good economy at the same time. Back around to the rear of the Kluger now. A couple of options here when we come to the tailgate. We can actually just hold the button on the actual remote to release our rear window. So we've just got access via the window if required. That is one option. Other option is just to push on the button, release our tailgate, and up she comes out of the way. Now is fitted with a cargo barrier, as you can see, genuine cargo barrier as well. Underneath we've got a fair storage compartment there. We do have the factory tow bar tongue in the back of the car, and having a look at the ball on the tow bar tongue doesn't actually look like it's hardly ever been used. Little bit limited as far as access to this second section, simply because of the mountings for the cargo barrier. But once we slide that back, you notice also it does have the factory cargo blind stored away in the back there, just in the event you probably remove the cargo barrier and then utilise that other cover. So, and probably important while we're standing here looking at it, the condition of the rear of the car. We'll have a chat about the previous owner, and it'll give you a really good idea why it still looks like brand new. Here we are inside the Kluger now, and we'll run through all the features. Probably the biggest feature to take note of while we're filming inside this car is how good it looks for a 2010 model. Starting on our driver's armrest, all of our power window switches, button to lock and unlock the doors, and directly above that our outer mirror controls as well. Just on the side there is an adjustment just to brighten or darken the lights on the dashboard. We move to the steering wheel, and you notice it is height and reach adjustable. Set ourselves up where we're nice and comfortable, just lock it away into position. Really simple setup. On our right hand side of our steering wheel, I'll just turn it, we have our factory cruise control settings there, and then a button on the steering wheel just to alter the display up on our screen in the center, which we'll go through in a moment. All of our audio controls on our left hand side of our steering wheel. Really well illuminated dashboard in the Kluger. And as I mentioned, so back into the center console section now. When I'm pushing on the display on the steering wheel, it gives you current fuel economy, outside temperature, cruising range, basically distance to empty, and all of our average distances and everything. So feeds us all the information. Our previous 100 kilometres gives you info on your fuel economy so that you can actually get a really good idea how it's performing. Directly below that we've got our CD player and AM/FM radio. Does have Bluetooth as well, MP3 compatible, and a little auxiliary input there as well. Small storage compartment directly below that, and then below that once again all of our air conditioning and heating controls here as well. Fairly straightforward setup in the Kluger, which is really good. Another little storage compartment in here, also comprising a 12-volt outlet. Close it away when we're not using it. Cup holders right next to our T-bar. We can drive this car as a normal auto, flick it across into sports mode or performance mode, which enables us to change through the gears just by the stick. I've just brought it back to reverse now. Apologies to Lynn, our cameraman, because I should have done that earlier. You see our little reverse camera there at the back. Let's just hope that that Navara doesn't run into us, or Triton, whatever it is. Quite scary, some of the drivers around here. Pop it back into park. Directly below that we've got downhill descent control. We've also got a button there for what's called snow. Utilise that when the roads get really wet and slippery. Another 12-volt outlet there again as well. And then another storage compartment with more cup holders. It's got more cup holders than I've got cups in my cupboard, I reckon. And then a really large storage area there in the console as well. The other thing I really want to touch on, as I mentioned earlier, just have a look around us, have a look at the condition of the cloth seats, the factory carpets. This car presents, honestly, for 2010, it is in impeccable order. It's only done 58,000 kilometres and was originally owned by Vic Roads. So it was owned by the major motoring body here in Victoria, and obviously for that reason what you would expect to get is perfect service history, and that we certainly do have all the way through, right up to the current service which we've just carried out. So everything about the car ticks the box, you know, from a cosmetic point of view outside the car. All of our door trims as well, the way they present. The other important thing to take note of, 7 airbags, so front side curtain airbags, knee airbag, 5-star ANCAP safety rating, so really safe car as well. Just in summary, a few key points: 201 kilowatts, 337 newton meters of torque, but delivering you 11 litres combined per 100 k's. 5-star ANCAP safety rating, 7 airbags, super low kilometres, 58,000 kilometres with perfect service history. A stunning example of a 2010 KXR Kluger all-wheel drive. Feel free to give us a call if you have any further questions on 9907 0555.